Coach, first off, congratulations on getting to 40 wins. Down 2 starters going into the game. How happy are you with the production and the effort that the guys gave you?
I was, most appreciative of, the guys that came off the bench and gave us that boost. Marcus Sasser has been through a lot with us. He's had opportunities. He's had moments where he hasn't played. But every time he plays, he puts himself in position to help this team win basketball games. And I can't say how difficult that is, but all I can tell you is how important it is to us and what it means as a professional and how well he focuses on his craft. So, again, a lot of respect and appreciation for him. And then I think Ron Holland was fabulous tonight. He kind of got the feel that we were in a little bit of the mud ourselves and couldn't get ourselves going. And he took it upon himself to bring us some life and bring us some energy. I thought he was phenomenal on both ends of the floor.
I know there's a lot of guys you lean on to kind of embody what your spirit's all about, with Ron Holland being one of those guys at 19 years old. I guess what impresses you most about his understanding of what's needed when, and then to have the athleticism to play at both ends of the floor?
It's just that. It really is. Like, I can't say it. Most guys at 19 years old who have been, the guy and have had the ball in their hands all their lives and the focus has been about them, don't understand how to play with others. And, when you come to the league, you go to, a team that's full of lottery picks and, added veterans, like, typically you're going to have to find a niche off the ball for a little bit in order to find an impact. And Ron just has an understanding of how to impact winning. He's a fierce competitor, but he just doesn't care what the play is. It can be an offensive rebound. It could be a steal. It could be a loose ball, a drive to the basket in transition. Like, he just impacts winning in a way because it matters to him. And, again, I repeat it, at this age, most guys are trying to figure out, if it's not about me, then what are we doing? And, he's done a tremendous job all year of only giving a shit about the team and his teammates.
During your introductory press conference, you said come March, Pistons fans and everybody will be able to look at this product and identify Detroit Pistons basketball taking over a 14-win team and getting them to their first 40-win season since 2019 season. Like, what does that mean to you to be able to come here and have these guys buy it and get that success?
Nothing yet. You know what I mean? Like, our job isn't finished. I appreciate the effort that the guys put in. I respect how they have attacked this season. I respect how they've allowed me to coach them and continue to help them get better. But, we've got a job to do, and the job doesn't stop tonight. The job is going to continue on Tuesday and then again on Friday and then hopefully into the postseason if we take care of our business. So, those are things that, again, I respect our guys. I appreciate our guys. I love those dudes in the locker room. But, we'll look at it after the season, and those are the conversations that we'll have about the job we did and where we could have been better. But right now we're going to be prepared to play San Antonio on Tuesday.
Obviously, it takes a lot of maturity for Ron to be in the position he's in now. But on one play specifically, he had just reached 23 points. He had got an offensive rebound, and instead of forcing a shot up, he kicked it back out to Sass for a 3. Can you kind of just speak to the maturity of Ron?
It's that, like, I said it before. It's just like he understands what the right play is to impact winning. He doesn't ever make it about himself. And very easily when he was scoring and rolling the way he could have, like, he could have taken that shot, right? And people would have understood. But he did the right thing by his teammates. And that's what he's done all year long, whether it's 8-minute spurts, 16-minute, whatever it's been. Like, Ron has always done what's been best by his teammates and trying to win basketball games, and never once has made it about himself.
Hey, Coach, 2-part question here. One, with you guys already being down 2 starters and, of course, Asar Thompson getting into foul trouble, limiting him to like 9-10 minutes. One, how difficult did that make it for you to kind of go in and adjust in game with that? And then 2, and most importantly, when you take a look at the struggles that Thompson had, does that make the bench production even more impressive, given the fact that you had to alter, what happened?
Yeah, but that's why you have a team, right? And that's why we have the ultimate amount of trust in each one of those guys in the locker room and on that roster, is because we believe in them, that as long as they're playing to their strengths, they got the ability to help this team win basketball games. So whether you're down bodies, there's no doubt in my mind that somebody in that locker room has the ability to step up as long as they're playing to their strength. And that's what these guys do. You know, they don't play selfish basketball. They don't try to be somebody they're not. They try to be the best version of themselves because they know that impacts this team and make this team the best version of itself.
Coach, how does a win like this help develop that playoff mindset and playoff habits? I think that in an effort like this, you may need again coming down the line. So where is it in the hierarchy?
I mean, again, there's a lot for us to improve upon. I'll just say that. I don't want to take away from what those guys did to help us close the game out and win the game. But habits matter. And, you give up 39, 32, 32, like, those aren't the habits that we're looking for. And our guys understand how important it is that you want to go into the last 10 games here playing, at the peak of what your habits are that make you successful. So that's our focus is those are, you don't want to go into the last 10 games doing this. You want to go into it as steady as you can, as consistent as you can, and diving into how important your habits are and the details. So, again, we could have been better defensively tonight, more attention to detail. And I could do a better job of helping as well.
With only a few games left in the season, I know you don't want to look ahead, but can you at least sense the change, the buzz in this city, in this arena that this team has created? Because as somebody who's covered this team for a long time, the last decade, and you've been in here as another coach with another team, it was like a Morgan here, and now it's so different. You go outside and talk to people, and people want to talk about the Pistons.
Yeah, I don't go outside and talk to people, so that part I can't answer for you. But what I can tell you is, again, I've noticed a distinct difference from our first preseason game, and I've said this to you guys before. There was about 8 minutes and 40-something seconds to go in the first quarter. A timeout was called. We were down 20-3, and we were getting booed, right? And to go from that to seeing where the crowd is now, the way they support us, the way they cheer for us. I think about that Oklahoma City game, how they got behind us, the energy that they brought. That's growing up the Pistons crowd that I've always known, right? I understand, recent history, but I know how important basketball is to this city and how important this fan base is and vice versa. The Pistons care about the fans. You build a program, whether it's the Bad Boys, the next generation with the Chauncey Rip, Tayshaun era, those teams are built to suit their fan base, right? There's a ruggedness to them, a determination to them, a grit to them, and we're just trying to be that version of this because we know how important it is to the city.
Yeah. And after 31 wins the last 2 seasons, you've kept a constant refrain all season that this team was better. You've continued to talk about higher standards. What from the beginning of the season about this group and this makeup of players contributed to your belief that they were this good and probably even better?
Talent was there. Like I said, you don't make, as many first-round lottery picks, bring in a group of talent like this and it not be about, talent being there. I think talent takes time to foster. And fortunate enough for me that I was able to get here, when it had been through some things. Again, adding veteran players who you can trust in, who can contribute at a high level, who play, games and are steady, who understand what it takes to win and go, what the postseason looks like and just what fourth quarters look like, right? What meaningful games after the All-Star break looks like. When you put all that together, we knew it was going to take some time to figure it out because the hardest thing to do in this league is learn how to win. But I think our guys figured out what their recipe for success was, bought into the defensive end of the floor, and then let our guys be in their positions offensively to help us win. Appreciate y'all.